Oh, hi. I didn't see you walk in there. Well, since you're here, you may as well join us for a little vinyl chat today. My name is Daniel. It's my co-host, London.
Hey.
And today we're going to talk about some records. I, like many of you, stumbled across the vinyl community on YouTube, and I guess it was about a week ago, and you know, I was so excited about what I seen, I decided not to wait to view any more videos or anything like that. I just wanted to jump right into the mix and celebrate vinyl and my love of records with all of you. London, I think, feels pretty much the same as I do.
Definitely.
And we like our records, and we thought we'd share with you today on our introduction video some of the finds that we picked up this past record store day on April 20th. And right now we're grooving to the mellow sounds of the Beastie Boys on the mix-up. This was not part of our record store day find, but one of many records that we already own, and thought it made for some groovy background music. And join us by the hi-fi here. Got the fire going, keep it warm in sunny Southern California, and we're going to share some records with you, specifically what we found on Record Store Day. This year on Record Store Day, we celebrated, as many of you did, by going to Amoeba Records
in West Hollywood,
California, and it was not my favorite record store day experience. But
we waited in line for a while. We got there at like 5 a.m.
Yeah, we got there
5 a.m. and then we got into Amoeba at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it was about 10 a.m. we finally got in there. But the way they do it is a little bit different. Whether it's good or bad, I don't know. Definitely not my favorite, because I'm much more of a hands-on person. I like to go in and find my records and, you know, and see what I get. The way they handle it at Amoeba, I believe, is they bring out a list of what is available on Record Store Day, specifically what they got in their order, and you check off on a piece of paper what you would like to purchase, and then you give them back the list while you're still waiting in line.
And then they come back with a number, and then once you get up to the front, you give them that number, and then they have that package ready for you sitting at the counter.
Right. So it's very generic and sterile, and you don't get to actually go in and find your records. You basically check off what you want to buy. So there's not really any touchy-feely, like looking at the vinyl and opening it up and checking out the records. There's none of that. It's very...
Yeah. Well, lucky enough, we got in there at opening time, so...
Right.
So, yeah, we just, once we got that, we, you know, we put it in the car. Well, no, we didn't put it in the car.
Yeah.
No, it would warp it. So, we just, yeah, we went into the store, and then we looked around at some stuff. They had some deals going on that day, so...
and you know what, in their defense, they did actually have a lot of cool record store day deals. I think like 25% off on turntables and stuff like that. We already have the old hi-fi machine here, so we didn't need a new record player. We got a couple of them. But anyway, they did have some good deals, so we picked up some movies I think we've been looking for. And we picked up a couple of odds and ends. Overall, it was fun. I think that next year I'll probably celebrate Record Store Day somewhere else. We are in California.
Yeah.
God, you know what? This is the mecca of record stores. You can find anything you want here, pretty much. Let's jump right into what we did find and what we did purchase, and actually what I'm pretty happy about so far. So this one, first up. God, I was going to go see these guys live in concert many years ago, and the day I was living in Denver, Colorado at the time, the day that we were going to go to the show, we found out that they had broken up, and so all the shows had been canceled. I was very lucky enough to catch them last year at Coachella, where they came out on stage and introduced themselves as Jim and the Holograms. And anyway, it was a super cool show. It was great, and I'm so glad to see that they're back together and doing some music together. and hopefully they'll continue to do some music together and release more great albums like this one, Relationship of Command, At the Drive-In. Just a phenomenal record. Ross Robinson did this record, and just, what can I say about this record maybe that hasn't already been said? I don't know. Beautiful record. The sound is great. It's a gatefold record. Iggy Pop is even on one of the songs. You just can't go wrong with this record, and it's beautiful vinyl that actually matches the cover of the album. It's like an orange marble type vinyl, and super cool. And actually, this is one of the records that London was really hoping that we would score, I think. So we were very lucky enough to get a copy of At the Drive-In, Relationship of Command. Up next, yeah, moving on, of course. This is another one. I haven't seen anyone really talk about this, but God, I remember sitting in science class talking to one of my friends about this band, and they're so good. I've just loved these guys for as long as I can remember. Public Enemy. This one's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Greatest Rap Hits, and it's a picture vinyl, 12-inch, and it's numbered number 543 out of 2,500. So pretty low number, and it's just Public Enemy's greatest hits. As far as I'm concerned, you could package all of their albums together and call that greatest hits to me. I love everything they got. I like how they work it. This one was not purchased at Amoeba. This was a second record store day trip for us.
Levels
in Whittier, California. Yeah, we'll talk about Lavelle's on a different show. But we did go there for record store day. We did spend some money there, and we picked up a reissue of Linkin Park's debut record, The Hybrid Theory. London actually wanted to pick that one up, and why don't you show them what it came with?
So this comes with a special edition 10-inch of One Step Closer, and on the B side is My December. It comes with a poster that was out of print. So yeah, it just looks exactly like the cover. So
very cool record store they find. My December, like one of my favorite Linkin Park songs. It just kind of brings back memories of that time. So super cool stuff. And we'll show this one up next here. He just had a movie come out. It's called Lords of Salem, and so I think this is all part of the promotion. This is number 4089, I believe, out of 5,000 copies that he did. And it's Rob Zombie's, and it's called Dead City Radio. So cool. And the coolest part, I think, about this record, and leave it to Rob Zombie to do something really rad, I think. This record actually plays backwards. It's a reverse groove vinyl, and it's blood red wax there. So super cool stuff. And the B-side, as only Rob Zombie can put it, is Teenage Nosferatu. Nosferatu pussy. Don't say that last word. Father of the year here. And so good stuff from Rob Zombie, and I like that he kind of added the little twist of the backwards playing record there. So super cool stuff, limited record store day stuff, and I like the fact that it's a 10-inch record. I got to be quite honest. So I think that's super cool. We'll move right along to this really cool 7-inch.
This gem.
Yeah, this is super cool. I'm so glad that we were able to get this, and I'm actually really shocked that we were able to get a copy of this because it's really limited and just super cool stuff. And it's Pink Floyd, See Emily Play, and it's a 7-inch on pink vinyl. I think they went to great lengths to recreate the vinyl cover here too, and make it look like it's all original. Came with this cool little poster, like a promo poster, maybe that they hung in the store back in the 70s, late 60s, early 70s, on pink vinyl. And I swear to God, I think it's like 200 gram vinyl. It's a really thick 7-inch, and it just seriously sounds phenomenal. It's so good. And once again, thank you for everyone who didn't pick this up, because I got a copy and I couldn't be happier with it. A couple of records right up front here that just bring me back to high school and to, unfortunately I gotta admit, like CDs, because that's what was the mainstream, was CDs. They weren't pressing records in the number that they're pressing them now, thank God, whoever. They're now pressing a lot of vinyl, and I'm so happy, and that's partly why we're here, because we're celebrating it. This is number 2305 of 5000 records, the No Alternative compilation record, and it's got super cool stuff from Matthew Sweet, Soul Asylum covering sexual healing, which is just so good. Bob Mold's on here, Smashing Pumpkins, Soundgarden, Sarah McLachlan, Beastie Boys, Sonic Youth, The Breeders. This, I don't even know, it's super gatefold vinyl, it's super cool, and lots of good tracks on there. And it was just definitely that alternative early 90s, mid 90s scene, and just super cool stuff. Once again, I'm so glad they re-released that, and it was just one of the ones that I had to have. I had to buy it.
Just a little pointer. It brings my dad back to high school.
Oh yeah, definitely. This was definitely one of those high school CDs that I had. Another one that brings me back. This is just super cool, and once again, was so glad that they re-released it, and so glad that they considered it worthy of
re-release.
Yeah, re-release and update and reissue, and putting it on 180 gram vinyl was the way to go. And it's Mad Season above, which was members of Screaming Trees, Pearl Jam, and Alice in Chains, and just super cool. This is number 895 of 5000, and it includes 3 unreleased tracks on here of what they were hoping was going to be the follow-up Mad Season 2 record. And unfortunately Lane Staley went and, well, he killed himself, as many of you already know.
He done himself in.
He done himself in, and kids, don't do drugs, because that's what happens. You lose great artists, and Mark Lanigan fills in on the vocals for the unreleased 3 tracks. And I'm glad they included him in on the record. Very cool, and Lane Staley is one of the greats, and or was one of the greats. And I'm sorry we have to talk about him in the past tense, because that record's so good. But if you do see a copy lying around somewhere, or can pick it up on CD even, I recommend picking up a copy of Mad Seasons Above, because it's so good. Once again, just brings me back to those high school, and just after high school, I probably wore out like 2 CD copies of that very album. It's so good.
Actually, 4 unreleased tracks.
4 unreleased tracks,
yeah.
Okay. And also, I think they included a song from the John Lennon tribute as well, which was released, but just not on the Mad Season record. Yeah. But something that they did. So John Lennon fans out there have something to listen to as well. What track is that? I think it's.
I Don't Want to Be a Soldier.
I Don't Want to Be a Soldier. Yeah, and actually, they do a pretty good damn cover of it as well. So, super happy with that one. There's not enough I can say about this next band, and if we get to keep doing these videos, then you guys can see my other collection from this band, because I've got tons of records from them, and I was so psyched that they released this on Record Store Day. I couldn't be happier with the sound quality, with the fact that they just reissued it. This is number 815 of 3500. So super rare, super limited. The Cure, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me on, and London can show you the vinyl there. It's on lipstick red vinyl, and just phenomenal. 180 gram.
Slightly dark marble looking.
Yeah. It's super cool. Good stuff. And it's 2 record set. Unfortunately, it's not a gatefold, but neither was the first pressing either. but nonetheless, I'm so happy to have it, and I'm glad I was able to pick it up. But The Cure, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, and like I say, if we get to keep doing these videos, maybe we'll do a special Cure video, and we'll just go over and listen to some of my Cure records, because I've got a ton.
Anything to say about Hey You?
Oh yeah, Hey You Hey You is a super cool track. It was only available on the vinyl and the cassette because there wasn't room on the CD. So once again, it's if you're collecting vinyl, you're doing the good thing. You're doing the right thing.
I collect cassettes myself, and I have a copy of.
Yeah, and it's cool because the CD just did not have enough space on the CD, so they had to omit a song, and that was Hey You, the last song on side A, I believe. And here it is on the vinyl again, and of course in just beautiful, beautiful analog sound. So we love it. Anyway, moving right along here is another great record. Thank you, those of you who missed out on it. They made 1,000 copies of this, The Zombies, and I was able to pick up one. The Zombies is just a great, great band. You probably recognize She's Not There and Tell Her No. And they also did
Time of the Season.
Time of the Season.
That was their one hit.
Well,
not one hit, but like
that was their big
main
hit. Everybody knows Time of the Seasons. Yeah. Which actually, on a weird side note, not on this record, by the way, but we'll talk about it anyway because we're talking about the Zombies. That song didn't become a hit until 2 years after the band had broken up. So that's a cool little Jeopardy question for you there. But anyway, super cool band. They were probably one of the least known bands from the British invasion, if you will. But nonetheless, super cool band. And if you can find a copy of the Zombies, no matter where it is or what it is, you should pick it up because they're a great band. And he went on to form other cool bands called Argent. But the Zombies is definitely one of my favorites, and some cool tracks and a super rare limited record there. I love it. This is really cool, and I'll tell you what, every time I see online someone talking about, oh, why did you buy that record? Do you have 4 record players to play it on? You probably know what I'm talking about already, but I'll show you. By the way, we do have 4 record players that we can play it on.
We don't have the other 2 hooked up.
But
that's just the only.
But why should we? I mean, if anybody who considers themselves a fan would pick this one up anyway, and it's Zyreka from the Flaming Lips, yeah. And it is 4 records, and
all different colored.
Yeah, all different colored vinyl.
Yeah, just the same as the sleeves, like.
Right, so there's
orange,
a blue,
yellow,
red, and green, yellow, whatever. It
might be orange.
Yeah, whatever.
It might be red.
We might need to have you checked out. So anyway, it comes with a booklet that tells you how to do it. But the whole idea behind this, in case you haven't already seen it or been exhausted hearing about it, the whole point of this was it was started as an experiment back
with cassettes and boom boxes.
Right,
in a parking lot.
In parking garages. And what he would do is he'd hand out numbered cassettes to everybody who brought their boom boxes and car stereos, and then he would have them start at certain times, and he would like sit there with a bullhorn like conducting an orchestra, and everybody would press play at the same time or when he cued them in, and so the noise that would happen throughout the parking garage was his symphony, was a Flaming Lips symphony. And Zyreka is actually, I'm so glad he did this, by the way. He did it in compact disc first, and gave you cue-ins to set up the compact disc and when to press play and when to start them to make this album, Zyreka. And when they all 4 play in harmony, that creates all 4 different parts of the songs and the albums. And which, you know, I've never personally heard this about Wayne Coyne, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that he walks this fine line between madman and genius. And I tend to go towards genius.
He's geniusly mad.
Yeah, he's insane. He's so cool, and I love the new record, but once again, we're not talking about the new record. We're talking about stuff that came out on Record Store Day 2013. So there it is, Zaireeka. Super glad I picked it up. You'll never hear me complain about picking up a Flaming Lips record, and I just about have all of them now, I think. But this is definitely one that is a welcome addition to our collection. As London goes through and flips this record over on the old hi-fi there, I guess I'll tell you another story, if you will, about this record. Also a Record Store Day find. Once again, so glad that they re-released this. I couldn't be happier. I'll tell you, the story goes like this. A friend of mine and I were in a CD store, Hastings, in New Mexico, and I was buying this CD, and my mom happened to be there, and she walked up and she goes, well, what are you buying? I was with my best friend in line at the record store, and my mom goes, what are you buying? And I showed her this CD, and she goes, are you serious? Embarrasses me in front of the whole entire record store, and just, the look she gave me, you know. And I gotta admit, I put the damn CD back, because I still lived at home and was worried about what she would say when I got there. And God, did my friend give me crap when we left. Oh my God, he gave me some real shit when we left there. But I'm glad that we picked this up. Mom, I don't live at home anymore, so I can show you that I bought this. It's Cypress Hill, Black Sunday. And just a great record. I don't care if what condition your mind is in. You have to have this record. It's good. It's great. This is their first major record here, and I just have to show you this vinyl. It's so awesome. So cool. So crispy. So clean. On Rough House Records, Cypress Hill, Black Sunday. No hip hop collection is complete without it. You have to have it. 20th anniversary edition, and 180 gram vinyl, gatefold. This is number 1527, and as far as I'm concerned, you don't have a record collection without I Want to Get High, Insane in the Brain, Ain't Going Out Like That, you know what I mean, Cock the Hammer. Seriously, this is a record. Cypress Hill, Black Sunday, so good. And Mom, I'm sorry I had to buy it. It was Record Store Day, and you can listen to it when you come to California and visit me. It'll be here waiting for you. Couple more records to go over, and this here. Where should we start? Oh, this is cool. This is cool.
We keep skipping.
Are we skipping?
Yeah.
That's all right.
Weird.
That's all right. We'll keep moving along here.
Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties, the old hi-fi. That's all right. It's fine. Anyway,
yeah.
Cake on 7-inch. These are super cool songs. Side A is Sheep Go to Heaven, and B is Jesus Wrote a Blank Check. Cake on 7-inch.
It's a really cool colored vinyl that comes with it too.
Oh, cool. Nice. It looks actually cake colored, actually. If you're into white cake, there it is. Cake
Vanilla
color.
cake?
Vanilla cake. It's vanilla cake. So there you go. This is a cool record. Well, semi-cool. It depends on who you are. My brother would say that this is a super cool record.
Well, he'd say that about the B-side.
I, on the other hand, whatever. It's a 45, and it's got this really cool marbled vinyl. I don't know if you can see it.
It's like this little splash.
Yeah. This is definitely the this Record Store Day find. We went to Origami Vinyl, and I wanted it, and I didn't know what it was, because every year at Record Store Day they do a secret mystery vinyl, and they do a secret 7-inch is what it's called. And this one is called the Side by Side Secret 7-inch. And it's just a plain black cover. It has an image on the front there with a question mark, if you can see it. I am psyched that I got it, but I'm not so psyched about what it was. It is on Rhino Records, and the uh, the A side is Grateful Dead covering Ico Ico. The B side is cool. I'll go with the B side. Once again, it's Ico Ico, done by Dr. John and also by the Dixie Cups. So it's a cool record. I'm just not a Deadhead. I've got to be quite honest with you. You know, I'll just lay it out there like that. Not a huge fan of the Grateful Dead, to be quite honest. You know, my brother, he loves them, and he'll probably inherit this record, to be quite honest. But nonetheless, I am excited, and nonetheless, it was part of Record Store Day. As was this one. This is definitely, I guess one thing you'll find out about my record collection is I'm kind of into comedy and funny stuff, and this is just a super cool record and super funny. The Lonely Island featuring Adam Levine and Kendrick Lamar, and Adam Levine, of course, of Maroon 5 fame, and that's The Lonely Island doing a song called YOLO, and if you haven't heard it, for God's sakes, listen to it. It's amazing. It's the funniest goddamn thing right now. Seriously, it's so good, and you gotta kind of love Adam Levine too. He is super good looking and super funny and super talented too.
And I guess you agree with my aunt.
Yeah,
So.
I do. She's right. He's a good looking dude. Final, last but not least at all, by any means, one of the super nicest guys I've ever met, and I've met a lot of people, Johnny Rotten and Public Image Limited here, PIL. And this is super cool. This is another 7-inch. It's a 7-inch of the first song that they ever did called Public Image, and the B-side is the Cowboy song. This was on their first record long ago, and they've gone to great lengths to recreate the original 7-inch, how it came out.
Yeah, and it's numbered 105, so we got a pretty low number out of 4,000, and it came with the original newspaper.
Right, the newspaper kind of like folds into like the sleeve of the 7-inch, so it's kind of cool actually, and it's a whole recreation of like a little of like a newspaper, I guess you might find in England around the time, but super cool 7-inch. Once again, I'm just amazed at some people when they slept on these things. I'm glad they did, because I was able to get a copy, and so super cool. I'm glad I picked up a copy of this, and the song is seriously outstanding. It's really good. That just
You want me to put this?
yeah.
You want me to put that on? Or?
Yeah, let's hear something. Let's hear something. Let's play something for these fine folks. Here, we'll set the Beastie Boys down here. We'll throw you on a little Public Image Limited, and that's about it for my Record Store Day finds. I think that pretty much covers it. I believe actually I did find something. I didn't get this on Record Store Day, but it was part of the Record Store Day 2013 releases. So I'll go ahead and share it with you. And it's by a company called Death Waltz Recording Company. And they did a bunch of 7-inches, which I was not able to get. I did check these off on my list. And they came back, brought my list back to me and said that they weren't available anymore. So all the people that were in front of me must have picked all these up, except for a couple of them, because I did go back to Amoeba recently and traded in some movies and was able to dig this one out of the pile. So I did get to dig through some records for Record Store Day, because I found this one, Death Waltz Recording Company, The Twilight Zone, and Outer Limits. You kind of gotta love sci-fi, and it's cool whenever you can find something like this on vinyl. It just makes it really cool. But anyway, The Twilight Zone and The Outer Limits, 7-inch single. So super cool, super glad I found it, and Death Waltz Recording Company actually sent me like a little email. They a company out of England, and what they do is release soundtracks, like sci-fi and horror movie soundtracks. So if you get a chance, go online and check them out. They're seem to be super cool, and they do all these cool limited edition covers for all the records and stuff like that. And that's it. I think that's everything that we got for Record Store Day.
Should be it.
April 20th, 2013. Like I say, if we get to keep doing these videos, I'll show you some Record Store Day finds from the past. Maybe we'll do some special videos where we talk about the Smiths, talk about The Cure, talk about Susie. I've got a ton of vinyl, and I'd like to share it all with you guys. We're pretty easy to get a hold of.
You can follow us on Instagram or Twitter. His Twitter is DA Snowfreak. I'm London G Rocks, and then our Instagrams are Dan Angel Snowfreak and London Griffith. So
there you go.
I guess just follow us if you want to. We just post pictures of you know, random crap like records and stuff.
Lots of records. I even found a picture of my grills today that we posted on Instagram. Yeah, like I say, we're pretty easy to get hold of. So if you want to talk records, you want to talk music, you want to talk about, well, pretty much anything. I don't care. Get a hold of us, talk to us, comment on the video, or submit ideas, or tell us how much you hate us and never want us to do another video again. That's fine. It's all good. Whatever. Enjoying the mellow sounds of Public Image Limited right now, and I think that's it for us. So for this episode, like I say, if you guys want to hear any more or talk to us, we're pretty easy to get a hold of. Once again, at Dan Angel Snowfreak, or DA Snowfreak, I should say, and at London G Rocks. Get a hold of us. Talk to us. Tell us how much you love us. Tell us how much you hate us. You know, whatever. We're easy. Thanks for watching. I hope I get to do more of these videos. And enjoy that coffee. Enjoy that hot chocolate. And we'll talk to you soon, okay?